Good evening, y'all. Welcome back. Hope y'all enjoyed the championship weekend. Pretty exciting, at least one of the games, in my opinion. But without further ado, let's dive right into it. We're here. Timeout, y'all. Timeout, y'all. There we go. All right. So, this was an interesting game. I didn't think that Denver was going to win because they had the backup. I mean, you're not going to go to the Super Bowl with the backup. It could have been a Philadelphia uh, Nick Foles type of deal, but I just didn't think it would happen with Stidham. And lo and behold, he looked sharp at first, but then he started making mistakes. He made some bonehead plays and he gave them two costly turnovers. A lot of people are also talking about Sean Payton not going for the points, but that's the whole NFL. It's aggressive play calling. Everybody goes for it on fourth. It is what it is. I knew the Patriots were going to win. Obviously, if y'all looked at my last video, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. So it just it was a very close game. 12 first downs. Denver had 11, 65 passing yards. But the key here is the rushing yards. Drake May lit it up. He threw, let's see, he ran for a touchdown, but I think his yardage was higher than his his passing yards. He only threw for I mean, it was kind of sloppy, but what he had a 6-yard run, and let me see. Let me pull up his numbers. Yeah, 65 yards. He threw for 86 yards passing, him individually. Um, but then he turned around and how many yards did he run for? Let me see. He ran for 65 yards rushing. So he did what he had to do to win. Obviously, Denver was the top defense. And I think Tom Brady lost 3 times in a row in Mile High. So he kind of broke that streak. And I just feel like, he did what he had to do to win. And the weather got really bad towards the end. Both kickers missed some field goals. It was just a sloppy game, but New England is going to Super Bowl 60. Can you believe it? After all that they went through with Brady and Belichick, now they're back in the Super Bowl. I wonder if this will be continued success. Do you think New England is going to constantly be in the mix now that they got a young quarterback and a good team? If their defense plays that way, they could be. Is Drake May that guy? We'll see. But at the end of the day, they're back in the Super Bowl, and that is a enormous feat for that franchise because a lot of these dynasties, they just fall off and they're bad for years to come. Just ask Dallas Cowboys. But for New England to bounce back that fast and already be in the Super Bowl, to me, that's just incredible. So hats off to them. Hats off to May. Hats off to Vrabel. Much respect to Kraft. Kraft knows what he's doing. It all goes back to the owner, y'all. It all goes back to the owner. So that's what you got to talk about that. But the game that I have been looking forward to, and the game that, of course, I predicted wrong. It is what it is. Oh, damn. I didn't do my sound effects yet. Hold on. Yeah. I gotta keep remembering to doing these damn sound effects live up the stream a little bit. But the Rams versus but wow. So just for perspective, right? Forget about all the mess that Darnold been through. He's bounced from team to team, uh, from where the Jets, the Vikings, the Niners. He's just bounced everywhere, and he never found his stride. Okay, and for him, for this season alone, right? Okay. Hold on. There's just a lot to talk about, right? Because we all know what happened in Minnesota. 14 wins, throws a ton of interceptions in a playoff game, and they just move on from him right away. Now, how do you think Minnesota feels right now? How do you think they feel? He finally got the monkey off his back. And let's go fast forward to this year against the Rams, who was my Super Bowl pick to go to the Super Bowl. Ever since I've been in Green Bay, I know y'all hear that all the time, but I got to stay consistent, y'all. Against the Rams alone, in the past 2 meetings, he's had 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Last night, he had 3 touchdowns with 0 picks. Almost every throw he made when they needed it, he made the throws down the stretch. Are we talking about Sam Darnold here? This is crazy. So, me being his harshest critic, throughout the year, I've always called him out on him choking, him and the Tuas. I called both of those guys interception machines. And I think Darnold did lead the league in interceptions. It was either him or Tua, right? He finally delivered. He played when it mattered. He did what he had to do against a well-proven, battle-tested Matthew Stafford, who, by the way, didn't do too shabby either. He lit it up. He was not playing. I mean, the best play that he made, which he is the MVP, Matthew Stafford is the MVP. There's no debate about that. I've been calling that. I've been saying everybody's sleeping on him. He is the MVP. And it wasn't until the last few games that they started realizing he is the MVP, okay? But anyway, when 27 got that taunting penalty, which this is his 3rd this year, by the way, that guy gets a lot of, I don't know what they're going to do with him. It doesn't matter. They got the Super Bowl. Obviously, they're not going to cut him now. But when he got that taunting penalty on 4th down, then Matthew Stafford goes right back and tosses it to Nakua the following play for a touchdown. I was like, oh, man, that was crazy, right? So, but at the end of the day, Matthew Stafford delivered, but it just was not enough. Seattle was too good. And I was telling myself, if Seattle was going to win, they would have to minimize the responsibility for Darnold and just run it in and depend on their defense. That didn't happen. This was all Darnold. He put up 31 points against the Rams defense. This was all him. 3 touchdown passes, multiple first down conversions, multiple big time throws. I'm like, who am I watching? Tom Brady or Sam Darnold? So this was his way of saying, you know what? I did it. He, especially to Minnesota, he proved them wrong, and all the other teams that just threw him around, and the critics like myself that says he can't win the big one, that says he's not that guy. I still wouldn't put him with the Allens and the Lamars and the Mahomes, but this is his year. And because of that performance, I just think Seattle is way too good for New England, right? And shout out to New England. Again, this is all respect to them. They turned their franchise around, but they're too young. They didn't beat a team with the backup quarterback as convincingly as they should. Maybe you can blame it on the weather. I don't know. But Seattle came in and beat, in my opinion, the best team in the league. So I guess that they're the best team in the league. I mean, their record shows it. They were already the best team in the regular season. And 2-2, I mean, 1-1, they split each game between the Rams. So I just couldn't give him the credit because of Darnold's history. But he did it. Let's give him the air horn. Hold on. Congratulations, Darnold. You did it. You got the monkey off your back. You made the throws you need to make. And now you punch Seattle into the Super Bowl. And because of your performance, I'm counting on you to win the big one. Seattle will get revenge against New England. Too bad it won't be the Shermans and the Marshawn Lynches and the guys that, that should have won that last one where they had that crazy play that Pete Carroll called, at the last second instead of just punching into Marshawn Lynch. Everybody remembers that. So unfortunately, those players might not feel the same joy, but I know the Seattle faithful, they can smell that revenge, and they will get it. Again, this isn't a knock to the Patriots, but this is Seattle's year, and Darnold, his performance proved that. His performance last night, or what is it today? Today's Monday, yeah. Last night proved that. So, my Super Bowl pick is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. They will win. They will win Super Bowl 60. And Darnold will be the MVP. So, that is my pick. Punch it in. And, wow, that's it. 2 games to cover. It's been a long year, guys. I know I missed a few weeks, but just recapping 16 games every week on your own and get everything going. But enough about me. This was a great NFL year, and looking forward to continuing to upload for y'all. Definitely going to start talking more about coaches and hirings and a whole bunch of other topics as opposed to just game coverage. So please like and subscribe and stay tuned. And like I said, Seattle's going to win Super Bowl 60. That is my pick. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day or night or whatever it is.